Never spent so much time loving the things I see. I see this black fell asleep a while, but I'm awake again. I've never seen this light look so beautiful, baby. Never spent so much time loving the things I see. Tell me what you need. Dirty windows in your mind. Tell me what you need to see clearly. Clean the dirty windows in your mind. I've never seen this light look so beautiful, baby. I've never spent so much time loving the things I see. It's what you see. I've never seen this light look so beautiful, baby.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
David Letterman.
How's everybody doing out there tonight? We thank y'all for tuning in. It's your boy Gilly here at the Exchange. Y'all were listening to some new Third Eye by Ordinary Things. That's going to be released here pretty soon. That's what the show today here is partially about. We have our guest today, the Ordinary Things, and Mr. Jd Nash, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, we thank y'all for being here tonight. We hope everybody's been doing well, or as well as we could be as musicians during a pandemic, right?
Yeah,
Right? that sums it up for Justin right there.
I got dressed in real clothes today, so.
But you're not wearing pants.
Well,
right.
That's to be seen, but or not. Good point, though.
Yeah. See, that's my whole thing is I I'm gonna start that next. The no pants show, where like everybody on it doesn't wear any pants. They're like that should be part of it. But yeah, so tonight we got Ordinary Things. We got Jd Nash in the house. We're gonna play some music for y'all. We're gonna talk some music. We're gonna just talk things. We're gonna talk some life. Talk new album, right, Mr. Ordinary Things.
Yeah.
And we noticed you guys are short one today.
Yeah. So poor Andrew got his second COVID vaccine yesterday, and he's a little under the weather at the moment, but he sends his love and he wishes he could have been here.
All right. A round of applause for Andrew for getting his COVID vaccine.
Ordinary Things duo tonight.
Yes.
Right. And then we got Mr. Jd Nash, who's usually solo, right? Like.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to play one full band gig in February, right before everything shut down. So we were getting ready to roll. with a
Didn't you
full
ask me
band.
to play
But
that one?
what was that?
Didn't you ask me to play that one? Or you
I
asked me to,
probably did.
but
I
was
probably did. Yeah.
Right.
But
As
I
bass
think
players, you know, Justin and I, we always have gigs as bass players.
Yeah, I definitely asked Justin anytime I need a bass player.
All right. Even me, as I'm a bass player too, but whenever I need a bass player, I ask Justin as well. So.
And it's like, don't count out Gil, man. Gil can lay it down. It's pretty damn good.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
answer.
Thank you. I've been trying to lay it down as much as possible. Like it's thank God for like virtual recording and stuff like that, and like recording sessions like that. So I've been able to play some bass. Because if not, my bass would probably be getting some neglect right now. Like, you know, it's like I've been playing a lot of guitar, and especially with doing this show, I've been doing a lot of acoustic stuff. So it's nice. So I always make sure, like, I actually have some Nosotros stuff this weekend. So that's going to be nice. We have something tomorrow for a high school for like a Zoom thing.
You know, actually, we're at Guitar Associates right now. So I was just hanging out with Shane like 45 minutes ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to go up and do something with Gilbert tomorrow." And
Right, we're gonna do it together. I think Dennis and Randy will be doing something together from Santa Fe, and Shane and I will be doing something together from here. So,
nice.
like that, it's kind of nice. I'm looking forward to it because I'm gonna try to do something with the streaming setup here that I got going on here, where we'll be able to be socially distant as far as like I'm gonna have him in the middle of my living room with a different camera angle, and then I'm gonna be and then we got Canteen right there, unofficial
Another
sponsor.
sponsor.
Right, soon in the works.
Hint,
You know,
wink,
right?
wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, nudge, totally, because we love that beer. So, and it was a great venue too to play. So,
Canteen's
and many
awesome.
of us have played there. So yeah. But we thank y'all for tuning in Thursday Night Exchange. Let's see. It's good. I'm glad that I got like you guys. I'll be playing some music from Jd Nash later. He's got a new release, right? You just released. How long ago did you release this one?
Monday. I set it to release specifically after Valentine's Day because it's the original title to the song was 80s Sad Love. That was on my idea chart there. The demo was called 80s Sad Love, but yeah, it's called Someone Special. So it was released on Monday.
Cool. It's very fresh. It's still warm. It's so fresh.
Oh yeah.
Cool. And then I have a couple tracks. There you heard the intro track from Ordinary Things. That's going to be on the new album, right, fellas or ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, I believe it's like track 4 or something like that.
Nice.
I forget.
I think it's 5.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you tuned into that intro, you heard it exclusively here first time.
That's right. We haven't really released it.
Right. Cool. I'm fortunate that you sent me a couple tracks there. If we get some time here in the middle, I might play a bit of another one, a little snippet. We can give people a taste. And that's scheduled to be released when? The 26th is what? Next Friday.
And another thing, like your boy Dennis also did all the engineering and mixing on that thing. So
He did an awesome
he
job.
did great.
Shout out to Mr. Dennis Hasso. Round of applause. He's an awesome engineer. I learned a lot from him. I'm fortunate to call him my drummer. So actually, we'll see him on Sunday. So
You're his bass player.
I am. Yeah, I am his bass player. And so I'll see him Sunday. We'll be doing some Nosotros stuff, filming. We're doing a virtual concert series of our own. So everybody doing the whole virtual thing. That's how we got to do these days. So it's great. I'm really fortunate for everybody that's helped and support this project here, the Exchange and stuff. So big ups to all the musicians that I've had on, and then to the lineup that I have coming up. You know what I mean? If you're a musician watching and you feel like you want to get on and share some songs, hit me up, holler at me, jump in my DMs, like the kids say these days, right? You said you're a teacher, JD, right? I taught at a. What do you teach?
I teach middle school math, special education, 6th grade. It's on the west side.
Oh, okay.
James Monroe Middle School. Go Raptors.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, I taught it at a charter school before all this, just like part-time and stuff. And then Justin has done, you teach lessons. It's cool that like musicians really get into the education part of it. I think it's kind of something that we all have to dabble in. with that, because in a way we were all mentored and we were all like pushed by somebody in that. So I think it eventually comes back around full circle with that. You know what I mean? So
Definitely.
But that's sometimes the work with La Cueva's jazz band and stuff, you know, because John Converse, who's, you know, a best friend, but he's probably, I would call him the best band director in town, you know.
Right. No, both of you guys. I still remember the fond memory of me having a music final when I was going to C&M, and I went over to John's, and you guys were watching like Monday Night Football, and you guys both sat like and helped me finish, like help me chart it out like in like 10 minutes. So I was like, I need help charting this shit. And like I went over there, and you and John, and like you charted it for me, and then John looked at it. Yeah, that's right. Like all of you guys are watching. And then I got like a really good grade on that. I was like, cool, because I wrote, it was like a cool Latin thing, but it was like, I was like, man, I gotta chart this out, damn. And yeah, you helped me out with that really fast. So big ups to you guys for that, and music education to all the educators out there right now that are.
Let them play. If sports can play, musicians should play. I'm a big believer in that, man. Things are so whacked right now. Anyway,
right on, get the music. Well, that's why we're here. We're gonna play some music. So if we can't get into the clubs just yet, we'll definitely entertain the people here on the airwaves and the internet waves, or whatever you call this, the internet. You know, hopefully the weather holds up and doesn't get any colder and make the internet act all weird. You know what I mean?
Freeze the tubes.
Right. I'm like, the internet froze, like literally. Like,
can I ask you a question, JD? How is it teaching online versus would you prefer seeing the kids? Or I mean, I think most people do, but...
You know, I don't know what the right answer is to say. You know, like it feels like it's really political.
Well,
right
now. Unfortunately it's become that way, but
yeah. I mean, is it easier to teach kids in person? Of course, you know, like there's nothing better than interfacing with a person one-on-one. Like, you know, even as this as an example, how awesome would this show still be if we were doing it in person, right? Like there'd just be a little bit more chemistry going on. But I mean, otherwise, like I think, I feel like the kids are doing great. I feel like it challenged me to do a lot of new things and implement technology that I was reluctant to implement, you know, before it happened. So going forward, I think there's a lot of really good things happening, beneficial, you know, that will be extended into the classroom in person. But yeah, it's tough. I haven't even met these kids in person, you know, and my favorite thing is their personalities always. I say my job description is I work on my stand-up routine 6.5 hours a day. So
I 3 new students this last year that I haven't even met in person either, you know, like,
yeah.
And so it's weird, and they're cool, but it's like, man, I just hope this vaccine's the you know, end of the tunnel, and we can get back to somewhat normal by the end of the summer, I'm hoping. But it's got to take its course, and we'll be cool, you know. We'll just roll with it.
Right. We already are rolling with it, so you know, just we'll have to be a little more patient and roll with it some more, you know. It's been, at least there's been some good things, like JD was saying, where there's been some positive outcome of it, where like this kind of stuff where we're getting with the streaming and our videos and stuff like that. Like I feel like it's given artists more time now to concentrate on their online presence and their like digital presence as well, because we've spent a lot of times playing music live and entertaining people, and sometimes it doesn't give us the chance to go back and make videos and do all this. And I think now with us slowing things down, it like a lot of people have been able to get things done. Like you guys said, you guys have recorded like 20 some songs and stuff, and that's all stuff that you'll transfer over to the studio and to albums and all that, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of a good thing, because, you know, we all know sometimes that happens, like what happens when you play so much that you end up not having enough time to write and stuff like that. So
it's still kind of silver linings, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you got to look at all the little silver lining. Like to me, like the whole streaming, this whole thing has been a really fun experience for me, because it's just been something I've been interested in anyways. I know, yeah. Like I started, and then to me, it was just more like, well, how do I develop that? And then trying to reach out and getting sponsors. Now we now have sponsors that have reached out and given coupons and deals and stuff. So it's kind of cool. Like I like the avenues that I'm able to take with it and stuff. So, and of course, I still can't wait to get out and entertain people in a live situation, but at least I feel I'll be even more comfortable when I get back to it, I think, so it's been cool. But I know we all can agree that we can't wait. We're all like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So but yeah, so speaking, since we can't wait, let's go ahead and get a little live music going. I think we have Mr. JD Nash he volunteered
Yeah.
to go ahead and go first. So
Yeah.
that's always nice. We usually paper, rock, scissors, and whoever loses, you know what I mean?
We'll do it, but
We draw
I'm pretty
straws.
good. I'm pretty good. I don't know.
Right. There's got to be like that's the thing. The latency is really weird because then everybody's like late, and you're like, oh, I saw him. I'm gonna change mine real quick.
Fastest connection wins, right?
All right, totally. There's got to be an app.
Link. I'm done. I got CenturyLink. Like that thing works. Like my internet works like half the time.
And remember,
Right.
rock flies right through paper, so nothing beats rock.
All right. I mean, what I should do is look for an app, one of those like spinning wheel apps, and then so this way, like someone could spin it and be like, and then I'll put in the thing.
How many of us grew up with South Park?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't actually understand that a name for paper, rock, scissors was Rochambeau.
Oh, is that what that is? I see. I remember Rochambeau from South
Yeah,
Park.
but South Park Rochambeau had a totally different meaning.
Right.
Right.
I remember as an adult, somebody said, "I'll Rochambeau you for it," and I like ended up covering up my,
Right.
my
Right. You
stuff,
don't
my junk.
right. Yeah, no, and they said I didn't realize that's what that is either. I was like, oh, that's okay. You learn something new every day. And especially from like I think art and shows, like I tend to try to like you'll learn a little something, good entertainment. So cool. Yeah, we'll have to let's see. I wonder if you type that in, if you can find a Rochambeau app.
Probably.
Yeah. Someone developed it, I'm sure. So there's an app for that. Yeah.
Gotta be.
Cool. Well, we're gonna hand the stage over to Mr. JD Nash, everybody, and he's gonna give us a song.
All right. I'm gonna play one off of my first EP here. One that I have in the back of my pocket, make my life a little bit easier. This is called Low Hangs. The summer's waiting for you. Come hear the Heartless play tonight. A song we sing to remember some shallow feelings, some shallow feelings. Has she seen how time lines curse with all the sense? They only want to abuse the only thing she feels in her hands. This love that runs through her hands. This love that runs through her hands. It's a pain to see that mirror, boy, tainted by your own disgrace. I'll be down the road at the new place just to see the shock on all of your faces. Split That you're dead. Let them think that you're dead.
Oh yeah.
Gilbert.
Oh,
He's
what's up?
his other spot.
Oh yeah.
Ghost.
We're gonna
Out
play.
of everything I was doing, I totally forgot to switch the camera angle. I was like, be ready for all this. And then I was like, oh yeah. Nice. So that was an original piece there, Mr. Nash.
Yeah, that one's from my EP that I released like 2 years ago, I think. I don't know. We're in a time suck right now, right? I don't even know what time. I don't know what happened last year. I don't know what day it is.
And they can find it at this link here.
Yeah, that link will take you directly to any streaming site for someone special, but that link will find whatever your favorite streaming site is, and then you can go from my new single and back trace it and find my previous EP through there.
Cool. Nice. You gotta love the internets.
Oh yeah.
You have a
Right
video
on.
for that, right, JD?
Oh yeah, I do. I have a music video that
Yeah.
we released in December for that song.
I remember that. That's a cool one.
My friend John Blankenship, actually, we recorded that. Again, that was like right before COVID. It was like cold outside, and I was doing some of those shots on Central in the middle of the night. Getting honked at like everybody loves when they're on Central, right?
You're like,
Right.
hi.
Central gets lit.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what's crazy is there was a scene that we were doing like right by Sister Bar that isn't in there because I'm pretty sure we witnessed a crime and had to call the cops and stuff. It was pretty wild.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
I think
crazy.
I saw somebody get kidnapped, and then I was like, did you guys already call the cops? And they were like, no, we don't call the cops. I was like, oh man, I guess I gotta call the cops. Like,
Jeez.
pretty sure somebody just got kidnapped.
They're like, that's a very snitch thing of you to do. They're like, we don't
Right.
do that here. Don't you know these streets?
Everybody's after you, JD.
Thanks for being a good guy, JD. It's all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. If I was brave enough, I'd chase after him, but it was a friendly dispute. I don't know what that means, but I saw somebody get thrown in the back of an SUV and kicking really loud as he was in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but they walked into the bar together, walked out kind of together. So, but yeah, hey,
Crazy.
downtown entertainment on a Tuesday night in February.
Good old boot camp. Nice.
Yeah.
So Gilbert,
Cool. Well, yes, sir.
what you got?
Oh, it's my turn now. See, I forget. I forget that it's my turn to play a song. I have such a good time, like hosting and stuff, that I'm like, oh yeah, it's my turn to perform now. Let's get into a couple of. We got people tuning in. We thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Mr. Adrian Wall from Interstate says, "Congrats on the new album, guys." So big ups to Ordinary Things, the new CD. Shout out to Adrian Wall and Interstate. Those the guys, awesome. Actually, they were going to be releasing some new music too as well. So make sure you check them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we all know the wonderful Trisha La Dulcinea.
Thank you, Trish.
She loves you guys, the Ordinary Things.
I hope she comes to one of our shows one day. But she's here now, so that's
She's
fine.
here.
That's totally fine. This counts.
All right.
This counts, Trisha.
You can come next Friday.
For
Hey.
sure. Oh, right, the virtual. And then Mr. Adrian Wall again said, "Nice song, JD." And then he said again, "Keep playing that music." And then he said, "Yo, I think we're talking too much." That's what he's like. Yo, the next one's gonna be like, "You guys talk way too damn much." No, I'm just kidding. But we catching up. We it's been a while since I've seen Ordinary Things, and I've never, this is the first time I've ever had any interaction with Mr. JD Nash.
Mhm.
So it's kind of cool. That's what I do love about the show, is being able to bring people together, and I can reach out to people and bring bridges that I've never been there. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen the name JD Nash all over the place. I know he plays a bunch and hear a lot of great things, but I've never, with my schedule as well, I never had a chance to come across him. And so when Justin reached out to me about this, and then I was like, well, who should I get? And then yours was one of the names that he gave me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna reach out to JD. So I was like, that's perfect, because I was like, it gives me the chance to get him on and meet him. So it's nice. So thank you, Mr. JD, for blessing us tonight.
Thank you for having us.
And so it is my turn. I guess I will. I'll play one since I'm being grateful and thankful. I'm gonna do this one here. I'm gonna do a little bit of a classic tune. I'm gonna hand the stage over to myself, I guess, since I agreed to go second, which is now I'm like totally regretting because I don't get to hang out and enjoy the bands as much. So, but it's a new things going on here. So I'm gonna do this one here, since we're being thankful. This one's gonna be a real classic tune here. We're gonna do this one. Take it way back. This one comes to us, This man had some hits. This is one of them. A lot of people think this is a Curtis Mayfield song, But it was actually written by a man named William Devon. This one, it's about being thankful for everything that we got, everything that we have, So sit back, take a drink off your favorite brew, maybe puff a little something. And just ease into the music for the evening, Sing along if you know this one. Take a little cruise. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, my brothers and sisters, you could still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got now, baby. You may not have a car at all, but remember, my brothers and sisters, you could still stand tall. You got the diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. The diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. You may not drive a great big Cadillac, gangster white walls, TV antennas in the back. You may not have a car at all, but remember, my brothers and sisters, you could still stand tall. Just be thankful for what you got now, baby. You may not have a car at all, but remember, my brothers and sisters, you could still stand tall. So my diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Woo, woo. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster lean. Woo, woo. gangster woo woo. Down in the back of the sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster ooh ooh. Diamond in the back of the sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster ooh ooh. Diamond in the back of the sun rooftop, digging the scene with the gangster ooh ooh. Oh yeah, a little William Devon for y'all. Ooh yeah.
Nice, Gilbert.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But they
Some
believe-
William Devon. Little classic tune. So many buttons. Thank you, thank you. Figured, you know, since we being thankful.
I'd call you the loop master.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Much love. I appreciate it. I try to practice a lot, you know.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
I love that loop
Yeah,
stuff.
that was groovy as hell, man.
Hardcore.
Thank you. Well, you know, I'm so used to playing with a band that I get like I get when I have to play solo acoustic, I get kind of sad that I'm like I don't have anybody. So I was like, I'm gonna get a looper. I'm gonna try to do some stuff with it, and I can at least do some beats and stuff like that because it's like having the anchor of that. It kind of helps when you get used to playing with people and you have like a bass and you have all that. It's kind of like it's nice. That's what I'm saying. Like when I need bass, I hire Justin for the live stuff because it's like you got to have musicians, you know. There's nothing like the looper's fun, but there's nothing like quite like having some real vibe there, you know. So, but the loop definitely comes in handy. So it's nice. But thank you. I really appreciate the kind words. I try. So let's see. What's the ordinary things? Or actually, let's look at these. We got some comments coming in here. Let's see what we got going on. Miss Lorraine Harding says she misses live music. Is that your wife, JD?
That's my mother.
Oh, that's your mother. Oh, sorry. Nice. Shout out to moms.
Now.
Put up the Venmo now.
Yeah, no.
And then Adrian Wall again. Shout out to Interstate. Make sure you check them out. They're releasing some new music as well. And actually, I'm going to be reaching out to Adrian as well to have him as a guest. So I've done some work with Adrian. He's hired me to do some stuff. So yeah, you know, gotta spread the love and all that. Catch up with people. It's really great because everyone's got a lot of stuff going on. So it's nice to like play music, but you can also catch up with what everyone's got going on and stuff in life, you know. And then we got a new follower, Nuclearies, or what is it?
Nuclearly.
Nuclearly. There we go. Yeah.
Was it
Sorry.
Clear or nuclear?
Nuclear.
Yeah.
Right?
He'll tell you it's either. Either is correct. He's a nuclear
damn.
engineer. That's my brother.
This is
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. He started following me today, so thank you for the follow. I'll have to go follow back. So he said, "Damn, this is great." So
He's
I
got
really
some
appreciate.
awesome dirt jumping and mountain bike videos up on his page too.
Cool, nice. He wasn't doing no jumping today in the snow. I imagine that the earth is too hard. Anytime anything happens outside, I'm like, nope. Outdoors is ruined. Can't. I got to stay on my couch. I'm like, thank God we were talking about that 30 coins, whatever. Thank God for 30 coins. I ain't got to leave my couch now. Outside's broken. It's just too much snow. So. But yeah, so we're gonna hand it over to the Ordinary Things. You guys gonna play? What are you gonna play for us? You gonna play a little something from the album, or are you gonna play something old? And
We'll let Jackie talk about it here.
I'll
Okay.
talk about it. Yeah, we're gonna play something old, I guess. This is on the first album. Yeah.
Our first video.
It was, yes, this is our very first video and it's off of our first album called I Am the Space. Yeah. It's
Well, our first album's
it's
name
cool.
is Stories, but the song's called I Am the Space.
Yes, that's true. Thanks, Justin, for clarifying that.
Well, you
Yeah.
said it's our first album, I Am the Space.
Yeah,
But
no, that's not it.
But
Jeez.
we shot this in the mountains and then in Summit Moonlight, and
Yeah.
And it turned out really well. Shout out to Chris Walsh from Prison Bitch that
Yeah.
did the video.
He's awesome.
Oh right, they just released. I just saw their new. They just released a new song and
This is so good. My favorite part though is Teresa's mustache. She like her mustache game is strong in that video.
nice.
If you
That's
haven't
dope.
seen,
They have. I love the content that they have is very original. Like even that video and stuff is really cool. Like they go all out with that. So check them out, Prison Bitch. Who knows? I might have to reach out to them if they do some acoustic stuff. Maybe get them as a guest and stuff. So we're gonna hand it over to the Ordinary Things. Everybody, give them a round of applause.
One, two, three, four.
Hang on their words, hang on their lies, hang on their obstacles, hang on their breath, hang on illusion, hang on their dead. The flowers are dead, my mind is alone, my body is infinite. Too old is to die, a little inside. I'll put out my light just yet. I am the space, I am the love, I am the beauty divine. I am the space, I am the winds, and I will go mine. Believe what you will, believe what I must, so I can draw the line. I am not worthy, I am so worthy, I'm not enough. I just need love, and then go with me. What are you waiting for? I call you black, but I'm not the kid. I am the two. I am the space, I am the love, I am the beauty divine. I am the space, I am the winds, and I will fall in line. I am the space, I am the love, I am the beauty divine. I am the space, I am the winds, and I will fall in line. I am the space, I am the love, I am the beauty divine. I am the space, I am the winds, and I won't fall in line.
It's a short song,
Yes.
very short. Thank you. Thanks, Gilbert. You're muted.
Ah,
There we go. There we go.
the
I
phrase
was like, what's going on?
the phrase of the last year. You're muted.
You're
Yeah,
muted. Yeah, that's true.
Guys, I know Justin was talking about it earlier already about how much of a fanboy I am of the Ordinary Things. Just because me and Justin had met at a performance where he was performing the week later and I was performing, so he had went to go check out the venue, and we ended up chatting and becoming friends. And then I ended up watching like a couple of shows after that of his as well, and Ordinary Things. And I just always have to say, I know we've had this conversation before, Jackie, but your lyrics are second to none. Like, you write some of my favorite lyrics out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree.
Stories
Yeah.
album is amazing. I can't wait for the new one.
Yeah. Thank you so much. That means a lot. And right
Yeah.
back at you. I love all your stuff too. So the feeling is mutual for sure.
Thank you.
No, it sounded great. It sounded really great. I love the harmonies and stuff too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
If
nice.
Andrew
It's always have.
guitar, it would have been better.
I would have had a mandolin on this one.
This is
Oh.
a drum trying to play guitar, so forgive that portion of it.
A mandolin. Is there a mandolin on the actual recording or just?
When we do acoustic shows, I bring out like I don't really play bass on acoustic shows. I do 12-string because Andrew's really covering the guitar parts, and so I'll do like just like a different voice. So I bring my mandolin, my 12-string, my synth. I got my synth there, but since Andrew was sick, I was like, well, we'll just do it as a 2-guitar duo. I might pull out the 12-string on another song later though.
Nice. Play some rancheras or what? No,
yeah, why not?
on the 12-string. No, when I was teaching guitar at the school, I had a 12-string in the class, and that's what the kids like. Whenever they would play it, that's what they loved to play. It was like it's got that tone to it. So
Andrew, who's not here, he's the master at El Mosquito.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I
bet that sounds awesome on the 12-string. It's all full and thick. Nice. Oh yeah, that's cool. That was all. So we've all done one round, right? I was trying to keep it where we have a word from our sponsors in between rounds. So that was, and that kind of helps remind me too, because I always lose track of like, oh, is that 3 songs? Is that 4 songs? Because I used to do 4 songs, and I found 3 songs kind of helps us keep it to 2 hours a lot easier and stuff. So and all that. But let's see. I'm gonna do a little commercial from a word from our sponsors. Our first one tonight is Trail Rider Pizza out in Cedar Crest, New Mexico. They actually hosted live music on Mondays and Tuesdays. They're More Love Tuesdays. So they would host acoustic acts during the week before the pandemic started. And so they're open for carry out and takeout stuff. So they have been gracious enough to be a sponsor. I love the food there. They have a really good vegan menu on their menu and stuff. Yeah, a lot of vegan options. They have some meatless meatball subs. They have, my favorite there is the cauliflower buffalo wings, which are cauliflower prepared like buffalo wings, so there's no meat in them. So I really love what they got going on there. So they were gracious enough to take on sponsorship with the show, and they offer, and I'll actually post this up here in the comments and stuff, but they offer 20% off. So I'll be giving you a digital coupon here, right? You can get directly here at the Exchange, which will give you download it and present it, and you get 20% off your next purchase there. So if you want to try those delicious cauliflower buffalo wings, that's a good way to check it out. So big ups and much love and shout out to them for showing love and always supporting live music and stuff. So. But yeah, so let's see who's next, Mr. JD Nash.
Yeah,
that's the one thing too. I've been trying not to smoke so much because then I forget too. I'm like, who's next? Is it my turn? Like I skipped myself one time and was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like,
next.
Trail Rider is amazing. I'm a vegetarian with vegan tendencies. That's how I actually identify.
Cool.
But worth the trip around the mountain for a scenic drive and pick up a pizza on the way home. That's what I say.
That's awesome.
Totally.
Cauliflower.
Me and my wife just turned in because we got our wedding license in our marriage license in Estancia, which is east, and because they were the only ones that were open. We can go everywhere else. It was like by appointment, and we couldn't get appointments till like 3 months out. And we had like decided on January 24th, and then we were like, okay, we'll get our marriage license, and then we're like, oh shit, everywhere else is like we can't give you one till after February or whatever. So then we found Estancia, and Estancia you can get one there, and then so we went and turned it back in. And when we drove out there on the way back in, I called in and picked up some Trail Rider. It was really, really nice because I hadn't been out there since I got to play. And I live off of Tramway, between Tramway and Wantabo and like Lomas by the old grandmas. So like for me, it's a really short trip. Like when I go around the mountain, it's literally like 15 minutes. So it's nice.
You're making me, JD, you're making me feel real bad for grilling a ribeye last night.
It's all about offset for me. I gave up on the long-term mission. It's just offset now. So go grill another one tonight too. I ate a tofu dog for dinner.
right, right. We're called. I'm more flexitarian. Like I try to, you know what I mean. I try to eat as much vegetables and stuff as possible, but I'll still have on. I just had a steak. When was it? For something last week. For some reason, you know, steak is like a celebratory meal. For some reason now it becomes. So we had Valentine's Day. Yeah, I went out and I got some steak and shrimp and cooked us some surf and turf and stuff. So you know, but to me, it's more about like not every meal. I'm trying not to have every meal, you know, have meat in it, but
Eat every day.
You know.
Let me go on a pita skill now. I'm just kidding. I won't.
Well, I'm gonna hand the stage over to you, so you got whatever, you know what I mean. When you're the stage is yours, you can do whatever you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Slap some paint on your face and be like, "Fucking meat is murder." Like, you know,
what was the story with Fiona Apple? I swear that pretty much ruined her career for people's view of her. I don't know if you remember that. Lilith Fair, wasn't it?
No, she got all about the whole industry's bullshit, but it kept her following. You know, I don't think it ruined her. I mean, maybe it ruined her being like mega hit every album,
right.
But I actually appreciated that she said that.
Right.
I think I appreciate any time any artist stands for something that they truly believe and they use it for a message. I guess, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally.
I stand for too much sometimes.
That's part of the artistry is that you do need to kind of stand for something. You gotta have some kind of morals, right? You know,
I held off from wearing. I wore a neutral shirt. I was originally going to wear this shirt that says "Hail Seitan," which is the wheat gluten protein thing, but they're not all created the same. Shout out to Faye's Healthy Cafe or Health Cafe. I don't know what it's called now. On Wyoming, is it on? Yeah, it's on Eubank and Candelaria. If you want some good Taiwanese street food, vegetarian food, if you ever want to try real good vegetarian street food.
Where is this at? What is it called?
Faye's Cafe.
Faye's Cafe
and Candelaria.
Okay, that's in my hood. That's
Taiwanese street food, and I just said that now that Faye kept me alive through college years. I don't think I cooked for myself for like the first 8 years that I was a vegetarian. I was at her restaurant every single day. But
that's good. I think as you try to eat less meat, you gotta actually eat out more because you gotta learn what to eat. And then you learn to make shit at home. But like when you just try to eat meat and you try to do it at home, you don't know what to do for yourself. You're just
my first taste of tofu was at my cousin's house, and she had a block of tofu, and I was there and I was hungry, and I made like a quesadilla with no cheese and just some like raw tofu. It was the worst thing I'd ever tasted. So yeah, you really do have to go out and learn the fact that like, yes, you still marinate it in sauce.
Right.
Sauce is boss. I think everybody knows that, right? Sauce is boss.
Totally. No, totally. Like I got the cauliflower buffalo wings from Trail Rider, and then we got a recipe online and made some at home. And it was like, so that's kind of that. Like I go places and I find things that I like, and then I'll try to make them at home. So this way I can eat them. Because then if not, I'm like, I'll only eat meat. So to me,
I buy a package of the cauliflower buffalo wings at Walmart for like $4.
Oh, do they? They have them pre-made already? Cool. I just, with the extra time,
either barbecue or garlic parmesan, and you just warm them up and you pour it. That's good. But anyway, we should let JD.
I know I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna come back on camera with a chicken wing in my mouth. I'm gonna be out eating.
Remember, we started out backstage with me saying, "Where's the pizza at?" Like as soon as I saw Trail Rider was a sponsor, they have vegan pizza. It's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna make a trip there, and my brother told me he's going tomorrow, so the coupon will be used.
Sweet. I'll go ahead and post that now while you're performing, then, so people can enjoy it. So we're gonna hand the stage over to Mr. Jd Nash. Everybody, give him a round of applause.
All right, this one I released on January 1st. It was supposed to kick the new year in. Get rid of 2020. I think we're slowly starting to shake it. So it's called Shock Therapy. was thinking yesterday, this is a young man's game. Here's to hoping that things will change. Are you okay with keeping everything the same? Was a dark fog coming? It was headed my way. I really lost my direction. Didn't have time to waste. It'll keep you up at night. Yeah, it's been hard to sleep with all that's on my mind. Can you give me shock therapy? A quick fix to cure my disease. Or was a dark fog coming? It was headed my way. I really lost my direction. Didn't have time to waste. There was a dark fog coming. It was headed my way. I really lost my direction. Didn't have time to waste. There was a dark fog coming. It was headed my way. I really lost my direction. Didn't have time to waste. Don't you think that it's time to change? Or are you okay with keeping everything the same? Don't you think that it's time to change? Or are you okay with keeping everything the same?
Oh yeah.
You're having to.
Yeah. And that was another original piece.
Yeah, that one you can also find streaming right now because I released it in January, on January 1st.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that one a lot.
Thanks.
Yeah. I wasn't sure what to think when I very first saw the title. I was like, oh, what's this about? It's
Shock
like,
therapy.
It's perfect.
You know,
'cause-
there's a lot of my songs I write in my sleep. It's so weird. We were talking earlier about how I haven't felt like I've been waking myself up for my creative processes, but that one, I had a trusted doctor from like my youth that was going to cure me of all my ailments, and he gave me shock therapy in my dream. And there were some nurses that told me bite down on that little shock pad, and I was like scared and about to wake up, and he just looked at me and said, "Trust me, everything will be better." And then got shocked and I woke up. I don't know if I lived through that one.
That's crazy. That's a wild.
I have this weird thing where I feel like life isn't real sometimes.
Join the club.
You could very well be right. You know?
Yeah. I don't know if I
Matrix
woke
stuff.
up from that dream or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, totally. Nice. And then, so was there a music video for that one or no? Not that one.
No, I think I have a problem with making music videos because I got these $1 million budget ones.
That's usually how that goes, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Trying to come
All
up
these
with a budget.
ideas. Sure.
You guys, Ordinary Things just put out a new video, right?
We did almost 3 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
The song's called Human, and we'll be performing it on our CD release on next Friday. And but tonight we're just we're doing some new ones, we're doing some old ones. Not really doing any songs off the album, but we just kind of wanted to,
That's
come
cool.
on to Gil's show and just chat, share some tunes,
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
So
just
I don't-
because you don't have to play songs off the new album.
I guess.
It's more you just promoting it. We're telling people. Remember, February 26th, next Friday. Where is it going to be released at?
So, well, we did an album, or we're doing an album release virtual show at Launchpad, and so that'll be on their YouTube and Facebook page
Friday night.
At 8. And then the album itself will be on all streaming platforms and Bandcamp.
We have a vinyl.
We have a vinyl. It's in the
Cool.
mail. They're in the mail right now. I'm so excited. They're a cool mystery color, so stay tuned for that. And we've got CDs. Yeah, we've got all that stuff, and you can still pre-order the digital album on our Bandcamp page. And if you do that, you get a special like bonus track that hasn't been released yet. So the only single we've released is Humans, and that was with the video. So yeah, it was also, I feel like we always shoot videos when it's freezing. So Human was filmed outside for COVID reasons, and it was freezing. It was in the Bosque, and it had just snowed the day prior, I believe, and it was really muddy.
She was all barefoot.
And I was barefoot, so my feet were freezing and gross and muddy. But it was.
You didn't
worth
catch
it.
a cold or nothing like that? You're like,
I almost
Actually-
fell a couple times. So. It was-
right, being exposed out there is, it's a lot.
It was worth it though.
Right, it's a cool video. I like everybody's coats in the video that they were in.
Yes.
It's got even though it's in New Mexico, it's got a London vibe to it with those coats.
Did-
Yeah.
Did you guys yourself
Compliment.
I know that is.
did the Ordinary Things, was it an inner band meme where you guys made like some sort of black metal reference, like Justin and Andrew coming out of the trees with their coats? Like, I don't know, it looked there was a little bit of a black metal vibe there. What I saw some like meme or something.
It's for sure that has to be his influence for sure, which is cool.
We actually, on our third album, we have like a black metal inspired song.
We do.
I can't wait to hear that. I know you guys have that vein going through your band hangouts and stuff. You guys are so close. I admire that.
Yeah, we
It's
feel
cool.
lucky. It's been really fantastic. So
Yeah.
It's probably pretty easy with 3 people too, though. It's like a nice vibe. You're just like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's nice. It's like, yeah. I say, I love playing in a big band, but sometimes all the organizing and stuff involved and all that stuff could be. So I know with 3 people, it's more just like, bam.
It's easy, and 2 of us are. I know Andrew's schedule pretty well. It turns out.
All right.
We
Right.
have schedule pretty much. So
That's cool. There seems to be. It's cool when couples make music together and stuff. So it's nice.
sometimes
I'm the third wheel,
he's
all the
third
time.
wheel.
but
You're the
it's cool.
third wheel?
Hey, listen to this. Do this.
We love
Nice.
it. Works.
Oh yeah.
What you got for us, Gil?
I don't even know. Let's see. I think I'm gonna bust a little instrumental. Yeah, like I've been doing these from time before things got real hairy and they closed a lot of stuff down. I was doing like these pop-up instrumental little shows where I'd go to different locations and bust out a live stream with my with my looper, but because I love the fact that it can be battery operated and stuff like that. So I took the busking setup out and was kind of doing these little busking shows, all instrumental though, so I can wear my mask and my face shield and stuff. So it was kind of nice, and it was a nice challenge because then it was taking all these songs from my songbook and stuff, and these covers and stuff like that, and turning them into instrumentals. So it's kind of nice. So I think I'm gonna bust out one of those tunes. So I guess I'll give you guys a little break, and I'll hand the stage over to me. So hello everybody. Much love and thank y'all for tuning in tonight at the Exchange. Big round of applause for Ordinary Things and Mr. Jd Nash for being my guest this evening. It's nice to connect with the gente. So, you know, yeah, I'm going to play y'all a little something. So. Classic tune here. Guajira. Ooh, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Little guajira for y'all. Instrumental from.
Is that an original?
No, that's a classic one. Just an old Cuban tune. Yeah, just one of those ones. I actually had learned, Justin and I playing Latin music and stuff. That's kind of one of those little standards that you just kind of learn. And I never did sing it and stuff, but it was one that when I was playing instrumentals, I was like, I can add that one. That's pretty chill, not too hard. I can loop it pretty quick and stuff. And it's a nice little jammer,
Nice.
Do you have a wah pedal on your rig? Like, was I?
I have an auto wall. I do have an auto
Oh,
wall, and it's
okay.
more because it's smaller. I was looking into those little. They have the little mini
The minis?
walls now.
Yeah.
Like our guitarist Shane has one, and it's really cool. But then I'd have to I could probably replace the wall that I have on there now, but it's not in a position where it'd be good for my foot, so I'd have to redo my whole pedal board, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. I've gotten where it's comfortable, and now I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to mess with anything. I've thought of doing some different upgrades and stuff, but I was just like, nah, it's good, because then that's going to be a whole day of having to pull everything off and redo it. And it's just like, nah. But yeah, I found a used shout out to Music Go Round here in Albuquerque, because I always go to Music Go Round. I actually hit them up too to be a sponsor, so I'm still looking into that as well. But yeah, because a lot of the stuff I buy and use here on the show, I got from them. And the Ottawa I found, and I was just like, I'm gonna use that because it's compact and I can throw it on there, and I don't have to, because my bigger pedal board, I have a full size wall and all that, but it was just too much to be as a solo artist. I wanted to kind of keep that of I want to be solo, but not have to drag in a bunch of shit to set up and stuff. So it was more keep stuff to a minimum and what can I get by with and use what I have kind of stuff. So it was more I'll get another pedal. So this way I don't have to worry about lugging out the full. I'll still when I record, I pull out my actual wah so I can get more control. But for these kind of things, I like the auto wah. It gives the tone of what I need and stuff for the loops.
I like the sound of an auto wah. I don't think I ever learned how to use one properly when I was younger. You'd think auto wah, there's no learning how to use it, but there's a certain way you have to attack the strings and stuff to get it to latch onto the notes you want it to, and
set it up to the settings a lot. So I have it set for a certain thing, and I don't change it much. But there's times where I do have to change it, and I have to mess with the tone and all that. And that itself, I'm like, oh damn, that's another hour of me playing with it, because I'm just like, oh, it does this. I didn't realize it did this too. And I did, some stuff we just start using, and then you're like my looper pedal, it does a lot more than what I do with it. I just was like, oh, I loop. I figured out how to loop. Let's go. I didn't.
Yeah.
If I actually read the for me to lose the foot switch for the stop on it, I had to read the manual, and I went to that part and was okay, cool. And then I put the manual in, and I was like, it worked. All right, cool. That was it.
Or you go to YouTube, and you could find a lot of people showing you how to use it. I like
that too. I love YouTube for that.
Of information, man. You said two things, Gil, earlier about the Latin stuff that both me and you are. Learned, cut our teeth on, really. If it wasn't for Latin music, I would not be the musician I am today, because playing skill, and and you're never on the downbeat. You know what I mean? The tumbao, the clave. It's such an important genre to get familiar with, man.
Yeah,
it'll make anybody a better musician. I am a firm believer in that. And so happy I did my time.
I think the most improvement I ever made as a guitar player was taking flamenco guitar lessons, and but it's strange how it'll I don't know. I've had a hard time playing with other people because of it sometimes, because I almost everything I do is so syncopated. I don't know about now, but that's something I had to break to try to write folk songs almost, which I don't know if there's a rule that says you can't be syncopated if you're playing folk music, but
Oh, there's some. I mean, to me, I think that's why I love Dave Matthews so much back when he came out. Was that because it was like the acoustic guitar and the grooves that he was laying down was that where it was like acoustic guitars can be upbeat
right.
and have more. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times with the singer songwriter stuff, it can be a bit down at times. A lot of people forget when it's like, well, you can write a happy song and upbeat stuff with your acoustic guitar, and you can make it syncopated, and you can have all that. Well, I think it's more of thinking that way with it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you want it to be that way, well, then do that. You know what I mean? Like don't let anything hold you back to that, because I feel that's with music. That's what pushing the boundaries is, and where a lot of it grows from that is that where you're like, yeah, I want to play a folk music, but I also like these other kind of music, and I want to put all that together, and it really kind of helps expand from that. You know what I mean? Like I think all of us as musicians, kind of with our music deal, like I know with you guys with Ordinary Things, like there's a lot of different music background there. You know what I mean? There's metal and there's, you know what I mean? There's a lot of, so I think a lot of that stuff tends to get shown in the songwriting. You know what I mean? I think it should be reflected. So if you played flamenco and you like that, you know what I mean? Don't be afraid to songwrite with that. To me, that's more, it gives you that edge, I think.
Gives you more options. It's more what's the word I'm looking for? Just more more tools in the drawer. I don't know.
Totally.
Arsenal.
Different paint brushes and different strokes, right? Like you make an original painting when you put them all together.
Yeah, that's what makes music so awesome and amazing. There's no limits. I don't think there's any limits to music.
And it's one of that is, it's like just when you think you're good at something, it's humbling, right? It's like you'll never master any of it. So and I think that's also, it's like infinite and
totally. That's a good point to put it where like I think that with that where it is, you don't, like you said, you don't master, but you just keep learning in every facet of it, where you're like, it's good to have that. Like
the older you get, you realize you don't know shit, but that's the beauty too, because you know more than you did, but then it keeps that hunger of keep learning everything that you can.
On the other side of it, do any of you feel like when you revisit something from when you were younger and you were less skilled or hadn't delved in and you didn't have as much technique in there, you might have given up on something when you were younger, and then you just pick it up and you're like, what the heck is going on, right? There's another side to that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
I couldn't play Rock Bottom by UFO when I was a kid, but now I could totally play it because now you know more. You know more of the groove of more than anything. It was the groove that would fuck me up, because I would look at the tabs and then I could never get it right. And but now, not saying that I'm there, but shit, I can learn so many more riffs that I wanted to back in the day. And I'm playing,
the ear's a bit more quicker.
I'll learn it now because I got the groove, I guess.
Well, the ear I feel has gotten stronger, so you pick up things. Like it's always like you said, you don't master them, but like you get better. Like you'll learn a riff and you'll be like, yeah, I couldn't play this riff when I was younger, but I can play it now and I'm grooving the hell out of it. And then someone's like, okay, now I need you to play that riff and sing the part, and you're like, oh shit, now I gotta learn that now. Like where there's always like another step to learn to go with it, where you're like, well, I can play it, but can I play it by myself and sing it? And like, there's all these other things to add to it. But I feel like the ear with the strength, you get faster at it. Like you're saying, there's some stuff you would leave behind when you were younger that you were like, oh, that's just too hard. And then now you approach it and you're kind of like, yeah, like my knowledge has gotten me this where I'm able to do it now, but like now what else? Like there's still, you might master something, but then there's still another song that you're like, well, I can't play that yet.
There's a little subtlety you didn't realize. When it goes over to us, when it's our stage, I'm going to show you some for 2 seconds, then we'll kick into our song. But it'll blow your mind because I never knew it, and you guys might know it. But I'm going to show something real quick, and then we'll start our second song.
Oh, you guys are next too, huh? So,
Yes. Yeah.
right. See, that's what I mean. I get, and I haven't even smoked anything yet, so
Okay.
I'm like
That's
trying to keep everything in, keep everything.
the hang,
No,
really. This is the hang.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite part about this show is the hang and the chat and stuff like that. Because in other aspects, all of us are playing and busy, so it'll either be like if we were doing a show together, it's like, oh, I got to hit the stage, or you got to hit the stage and stuff. So there isn't as much like downtime and chill, you know what I mean? Or either you're playing at the launch pad, or I'm playing down the street over here, and JD's playing over here. So we don't really get to like hang out and chat and stuff. So like this is nice to be able to kind of like hang and you know what I mean, it brings us together like that, where in other words we would be busy and not, you know what I mean, like so it's cool. Like that's where sometimes I
Always
forget, I'm like, oh yeah, we're supposed to play music now, huh? Like, you know, it's fun.
That's all good.
Like, but yeah, so we're gonna hand the stage over to the Ordinary Things. Y'all are gonna do one for us.
So,
Yeah.
something I picked up from Tom Bukovac, who he's like become my favorite educator on YouTube. Look him up. He's the #1 call for Nashville. Played with Joe Walsh, played with Vince Gill. I mean, this guy is like monster, and he's all saying, you know, everybody plays a whole lot of love wrong. They always go this, right? Just he goes. Actually, what happens is he's grabbing the D here with the open D, but he kind of bends this D out of tune. So he's like, and you can hear when you go back and listen to a whole lot of love, you hear this out of tune thing, but he's kind of bending it. So sorry to make this into a music education thing, but man, just that makes it so freaking. You hear it like when you listen to it now, you'll never unhear it because Jimmy Page is doing that. Anyway, I'll have Jackie introduce this next song.
Okay. So this is actually off of our third album, which is completely tracked and mastered, but we're gonna wait till we put the second album out first before we put out the third album, which makes sense, right?
Even though we have like 3 singles on
I
the
know.
third album.
We do. We did
Doesn't
stuff out of order. But so this will be the title track. It's called Big Machine. So this was a riff that Justin came to us with, and then I layered some lyrics over it, and it turned into an epic thing. And you know, we'll leave some stuff to the imagination, but we had a really cool guest artist on this song when we tracked it, and yeah, if you can guess what that is, you'll know. It involves your feet too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what the camera is. All right.
You'll if you guess it, that's great. So this is called Big Machine.
Apparently, I stole this from Chris Isaac and Rush, and that I didn't even know. But you know, all these chord progressions will seep into your ear, and like, that sounds familiar, but it's original. Anyway, without further ado, here's Big Machine.
love me. Your head to take my heart to break.
Close my eyes. Big machine. Big
Losing steam, we are one, we are free. Losing steam,
we are one, we are free, losing steam. Losing steam, we are one, we are free, losing steam, we are one, we are free, losing steam. Close my eyes. Big machine. Big machine. Fumbled through that goddamn. All right, all good.
We haven't played that in a while. We've been getting ready for our album release, so that the third album stuff has been neglected.
I hope you liked it.
Yes.
I don't hear you guys.
So you guys are releasing a
there we
second
go.
album, but you've already recorded a third album.
We have.
Coming
yes.
out September maybe is our date. It may be a month after, maybe a month before. We're hoping things will be open so we can actually do a proper release party with people.
Yeah,
So we're,
that's the hope at least. So
Yeah, I feel you on that. I recorded the singles that I'm releasing because I have 4 singles that I'm releasing total, but I recorded those not last June, but the June or July before, year before. So I had recorded them in 2019, and I remember you guys recording the second album not long after you guys released your first one, right?
Yeah, it was about January, February before the pandemic hit. We did a few sessions there, and then everything got put on hold. And then once things opened up again for a little bit, then we went back and finished it. And but in that time when things were open, we were going to Matthew and we were recording our third album at the same time. We just like, as soon as we get a little money in our band camp, we just like, let's go record a song, or let's do a day at Matthew's and try to get 3 songs done and just keep the momentum going. And right now we're just like trying to promote this album we have now, but we actually have enough songs for a 4th album. But we that's what we do. We just get together, and if we're not gigging, then we're well, we would normally be gigging, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or whatnot. I was like, well, then let's just get together on those days, or what, or we try to space it out. But we pretty much have been rehearsing and writing twice a week for the last year, and that's why, I guess, we're just really adamant about, like, let's just, there's nothing else to do. Let's fucking write some fucking songs.
Right. Be
You know?
creative.
Yeah.
You got to put your time and energy somewhere,
Absolutely.
So it might as well be it. Like, I think a lot of people were like putting so much energy into like being like, well, we can't play out and we can't do stuff. And it's like, well, there's still a lot of stuff to do. You know what I mean? Like, I started my own streaming show. Like, you know what I mean? I never thought this was going to be something of what it is. And it just kind of took form and all that. And I've just invested a lot of time into it. More than anything, I have not put, if anything, I've invested in lighting. That's about it. But I haven't invested.
You don't look so sick. No,
right? Right. Well, too, that was another figuring all that out. It's all trial and error. Like I had the lights and I was using a different setting, and now I'm using different stuff, and just that kind of stuff where where you have the time to do it now, and it's like I might as well try to get better with it. You know what I mean? So that's everything you do. Same thing with the songwriting and stuff. You're like, well, you have now the material to put out. That's been something now I'm concentrating on more now, where it's like, okay, like I have a show and I have a vehicle to put some stuff out. Like now I can kind of sit back and look at getting more of my artistry stuff. Like we'll write more songs so I can play them here and stuff like that. And like I got my Bandcamp reorganized because my Bandcamp had music that I was like producing for other people on it and stuff. So I was like, I kind of want to clean it up. Yeah, and get stuff because I produce for other people, but I can't really sell that music and make money off of that. So I was like, I need to get my original stuff out there, and I have a bunch of stuff. So it was like I need to get all that organized. So I think
I remember
now's the time.
The first show you did on this Xchange was me, you, and Casey Mraz, and that was awesome.
Yeah,
and
thank you for being part of that. That was
doing this, and it's been great. I love it. I haven't seen all your episodes, but I've seen about maybe 70% of them, and they're all awesome.
Thank you. I thank you guys for being part of it. I really, because I couldn't do it. To me, it was like, I was paying for StreamYard because we were doing like Nosotros stuff, but I wasn't using it enough to justify paying for it. So I was like, I need to do something with it. And me personally, I like to perform out live and all that, but I feel live streams, like if I just played by myself all the time, like I would get bored of myself, So to me, it was like, I want to do something with people and interact and stuff like that, and share that instead of just being like, there's times where I am going to go live and have my own personal, where I'll go live for an hour and do a show. But like, I wanted something different where I can interact and like showcase people as well. You know what I mean? Showcase people that I admire and that I work with, you know what I mean? Like I, know a lot of people in the music scene, and it's kind of nice to bring us all together like this. Like I said, because a lot of us, we play, so we can't come together. You know what I mean? The only time we run into each other is if we're out checking somebody else out. Like,
right.
So-and-so's playing over here.
It's hectic, and it's like two ships passing in the night. Like, that was good. And then
right. Yeah, totally. Totally.
So,
and this is more like where we can be a little more personal with each other and like, catch up and stuff like that. So it's nice. And then it's from the comfort of our own homes. So that's what I dig about it too. So like I said, nobody's wearing pants right now, so it's all good. Like,
exactly.
I'll have to chow down on some tacos, hopefully. I might.
Right. Some vegan tacos. That's what I do.
One more round of songs and I'm hungry.
I know.
All right, me too. I'm getting hungry. Now I started to smoke, so I'm like, so actually, what time is it now? It's time for a word of our sponsors. Speaking of, because I mentioned Music Go Round earlier and local music store, I wanted to keep my advertising and the businesses that I support on this platform to be small local business, and I wanted it to kind of reflect throughout the state of New Mexico, because I feel like us as artists, we're from Albuquerque, we live in Albuquerque, but not all of us were born and raised here. So like, I feel me personally as a musician, I represent New Mexico. Like I don't just represent.
Well, check this shirt out. This is the Talking Hours, and that's Mo. That's Mo's band.
Mo and Carrie.
Right.
Mo
The
works
Talking
Hours around, and
the manager.
supporting my buddy Mo, who supports us, and We've done like 3 shows with them like before, like in 2019, I guess we did like 3 shows with Talking Hours.
Yeah.
And Mo's a badass player, badass writer. I mean, both of them.
And
Mo and
Carrie,
Carrie.
He's a really nice guy too. Anytime I go in there, he's always really like. I haven't been in a while. I've been trying to keep my interactions down, but like whenever I do go, he's like they've always been super sweet. Shout out to Mo and the Music Around crew. But you know, their music store, a lot of stuff I use on this show is from the stuff I bought from them. And music stores, us as musicians, we can't do what we do without music stores. And we learn, you know, we develop relationships with these places. And I'm fortunate and blessed enough to have Hubbard's Music in Las Cruces, where Justin and I are from. Hubbard's is a sponsor of the show now. And yeah, Hubbard's has supported nosotros from day one. They support not just the music scene down in Las Cruces, New Mexico, but throughout the surrounding areas and states. Anybody that's ever traveled through and they've ever needed anything, you know, Hubbard's is the place they get it from. And, you know, Drew and the family down there, Thomas, everybody, shout out to them. Yeah, I still play the bass that I bought from them a long time ago with nosotros. So yeah, they've shown love and support for this show by being a sponsor. And they also offered up a nice little discount for those that are watching, for those that are in Cruces. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get these coupons loaded into my comments. So this way people can download them, but download them and use them. If you're in Cruces or if you're in there, we got 20% off. There's a digital coupon from Hubbard's there that'll give you 20% off your next purchase. So if you need some strings or something, or you need a new bass, like, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to go to music stores because I go to music stores and walk out with something, you know? It's never just the one thing that I needed. It's like, oh yeah, I found these other things, you know, I didn't spend, you know, we always justify a buy. It's like it'll get used, like it'll go, you know what I mean? It'll get put to work, like, you know what I mean? There's nothing I
She
can
owns 5 snare drums now.
see, and they'll get to used. You know what I mean? Like you might have 3 shows in a weekend and you can play a different snare each day. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, shout out to our sponsors and
I just
music
bought
stores.
a fucking Starfire, man, and I'm like, I didn't need it, but I don't have a hollow body.
So
There's the justification.
there's the justification. You don't have all. Now you have a hollow body, so hopefully you'll never have to buy another hollow body again, or this might be the beginning of you buying many hollow bodies. Who knows? We don't know. But yeah, so we're back to round 1 then, right, Mr. JD Nash? You gonna play some more music for us?
Yes, I got another one for us.
And then this is
Are you
gonna play
gonna
another
do your
original?
single, or is that
What's
are
that?
you not, are you gonna do your new single for us or no?
I can. Is that the one I should do? I was trying to figure out, should I play an upbeat song or
Whatever you want.
do
Yeah,
one?
I mean, it's totally up to you, but I listened to the song and I dug it.
It's
That,
cool.
that was your guitar
It is.
solo, right?
Yeah.
Who was the sax solo?
Oh my gosh, why do I always? So the guy who
Harley?
produced it, his name is Edgar Wonder, and
Anyway.
he got the guy who played it, and I know his Instagram handle. That's the crazy thing about doing things live, but I don't remember his name off the top of my head. I'd have to look it up.
Both of those solos were sweet.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, the song's really groovy. I checked it out because you sent it to me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play it in the end credits. So if you want to play the acoustic version, that's cool. And then people can hear the contrast. They can
No, totally play what you want, though. I
Yeah,
don't mean to
play
put-
what you want.
I think I'm gonna look forward to something. I've been all over the place trying to figure out what I was gonna play, because that's another thing. I like to record everything with a full band. So I'm more of like a full band singer-songwriter. When I pick up and I hear a song, I mean, electric guitar is my first instrument, so it's got to have electric guitar in it, and most of my stuff will be based around that. But so transitioning to playing solo and acoustic was always so hard, and I try. Hats off to you, Gil, for doing the looping. Man, I just can't do it. I'm so terrible at looping, man. I'm not patient enough with myself. But yeah, hopefully I'll be playing with full bands. So I'm gonna play one that I actually wrote during the pandemic, which is like one of the few songs that I've written. I don't know if you guys operate the same way, but I'm one of those like I have songs, chunks that I'm always working on, but as long as I'm always working on chunks and recording them, I'll have a day where I like to say I vomit a song out. Like I sit down for like, it just comes out. So this was a fun one that I came up with that is about partying in your 20s a little bit too much.
All been there.
That's
That's relatable.
How it's all right sometimes.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
Everything in moderation. That's this song.
Totally. We're going to hand it over to Mr. JD Nash, everybody. Give him a round of applause.
All right. This one I think is tentatively titled "It Isn't a Sin." It isn't a sin. So. My ears are still ringing from the words that you said. If it wasn't for you, I'd probably be dead. Well, maybe you're right. There's something wrong with my head. There's something wrong with my head. Yeah, I place my bets. Yeah, I'll take the blame. By the end of the night, you'll all remember my name. Never doubted my luck, only doubted the game. With $1 in my pocket, I'll end up with the same. Let's have a good time. You all look really fine, and then we'll do it again. So just take some time, cruising down the line. No, it isn't a sin. If I could do it all over, I wouldn't do it again. If I can't have no fun, then I don't care if I win. But this is my prayer, calm the darkness within. Give me 3 Hail Marys, amen, amen, amen. Let's have a good time. You all look really fine. Then we'll do it again. So just take some time, cruise it down the line. You know it isn't a sin. Only have one chance to do it right. You better start tonight. You better start tonight. Love one another and make things right. You better start tonight. You better start tonight. Let's have a good time. You all look really fine. Then we'll do it again. So just take some time, cruise it down the line. You know it isn't a sin. You know it isn't a sin. You know it isn't a sin. You know it isn't a sin.
Oh yeah. Oh, so many buttons. There we go. Oh, there we go. And that one was original as well, right?
Yeah, that one's. I haven't recorded it yet. I just have demo versions right now.
That latest song that you just whatchamacallit, put
Really?
out.
Yeah.
That one, did you self-produce that one? Like you record, or where did you record that one at?
I record all my demos at home. Collection of gear. I'm sitting in front of a rig right now, but and then I kind of have a team of friends that I like to work with. So first EP, I have a friend, John Paz, who is an amazing engineer, producer, songwriter, you name it, mix engineer. He helped me with the first EP. And then the second one, we teamed up with another friend of mine, Edgar Wonder is what he goes by, and he produced this one. And then John Paz engineered it, recorded it, and then we actually, both of them, I send them off to be mixed in El Paso by a great engineer that has a studio full of so much vintage gear. It blows my mind. But his name is Chris Common.
Cool.
And he actually works at, I think he's a live-in engineer, or he's the engineer for all of Omar Rodriguez Lopez from the
Nice.
Mars.
Some Mars Volta, yeah.
Yeah,
Some
so
they got the Chuco Town. They got the Chuco Town roots there too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, Chris Common. Chris Common has done most of the Les Butcherettes stuff, and so he's the one who mixed my stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, when you said El Paso, I was like, is it the guy that does Mars Volta at the drive-in stuff?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
That's awesome that you got that connection, man.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Chris Common does the mixing, so
Nice. That's dope. Chuco Town. I have some homies from El Paso. I had already on here, but I have some coming up and stuff. So shout out to Chuco Town. Gotta love it. Being from Cruces, you know what I mean? Spent a lot of time there.
yeah, my fiance is from there, so
Oh, cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool that you send it out there and stuff. Shout out to my brothers Dusty Low, the Liquid Cheese family, Drunk Mouse, and all that down there and stuff. So that's cool. That's awesome. See, small world when it comes to stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that kind of tie us together. So that's awesome. And then the Ordinary Things, you guys, what was this last album done at? Was it done with
or the next one?
The one you're about to release?
Dennis.
So Dennis did that one. Shout out to Dennis. We're gonna do another. Shout out to Dennis Hassel, FW Studios out in Santa Fe.
The first one was with Matthew at Empty House.
Right, that's what I thought.
This one's with Dennis, and then our third one's with Matthew. But secretly, we recorded 2 songs with Ken Riley at Rio Grande Studios. So I thought I'd shout out Rio Grande Studios. And the shit that he recorded sounds fucking badass, man.
Really cool.
Right on. Shout out to Ken Riley. Rio Grande's a nice spot. It's a really nice spot down there.
Fucking bad.
It's really cool.
Yeah. But anyway,
Right.
sorry.
I love the touch screens. Like that's because I have my home studio and stuff too, and I see that kind of stuff, and I'm like always fascinated with that. Where I would love to be able to get something like that, but I'm also like, do I know how to really use that all that well? Like, do I need a touch screen? Where like,
I don't know shit.
Like my phone I have so much touch screens already. I was like, I don't know if I need something else. Like, you know what I mean?
He already looks like a wizard, but then when he's like has his touch screen, I'm like, oh my god, he's just like a wizard. It's crazy.
Right. I think that's all Slate Digital and stuff is what that was supposed to do the touch.
It's crazy.
That's cool. Nice. So that's cool that you're working with a few people and stuff. Dennis does great work. I love all the work that Dennis has done.
The thing is with the albums, we figure like we'll always go back to Matthew for every other album, and we're deciding to go to a different engineer, producer type person for the every other in between, and but it captures a different sound, and I hope we still sound like us, but it's just neat. But I think we grow, as you know, you grow as a musician when you work with different environments, different gear, different producers, different engineers. I think that's something that I feel is very important for a band's growth, you know. in my opinion, my humble opinion.
No, totally.
Yeah.
And then Matthew too. Those dudes. That's where Sagoth did their album.
Yeah.
And so,
The real
I
Matt
mean,
Jones.
Ohm.
Matt Jones. Yeah. There's a few. There's a few. So shout out to
Sister-
Empty House.
Al
Empty
Sister
House. I mean,
does records. Yeah, Matthew does a lot of cool shit. Man.
Yeah.
right.
Anyway,
I just remember him being like the drummer's drummer when it came to recording stuff. Like he has tons of different kinds of drums, and different sizes, shit, different
We burn studio time because Jackie and Matthew are always nerding out. Look at this snare drum. Oh,
Right.
You know,
Check out
Yeah.
this. It's 42-inch deep. Check it out. It's made of steel. It weighs 82 pounds. You're like,
It's important.
this is the first Confederate marching snare. It's all. He's got like a gallery and stuff. He's like,
Oh my
this
God.
right here. Paul Revere used this.
He does. So here, okay, I'll say this one more thing of nerdy. So I get excited. I text him all the time and I'm like, dude, I got this, or dude, I'm looking at this. And he'll do the same thing. But so his dad is also a musician, a drummer. And he lives in the Midwest, Nebraska, Omaha, I believe. But he makes PVC pipe snare drums. And they're so cool. And so I don't know. Matthew
Are they
has all-
affordable though? Like, is that cool? Like, to me, when you do stuff like that, it's because you want it to be affordable. It's weird if you I made a PVC pipe snare. How it's $250. Like what? It's like you made it out of PVC. It should be like $100 or something like that. It should be really affordable, right?
Yes.
You know,
But it's awesome. I love Matthew and his studio, and
right.
Yeah.
Drummers tend to make really good engineers when it comes to that. Like shout out to Dennis Hosto again at FW Studios. Like any drummer that I've worked with, or like an engineer that's originally a drummer, like does really great work. I think I think it's paying attention to that of the rhythm section of like the drums and the bass and all that stuff. And all that, because guitars are always, guitars are always at the forefront. They're like, yeah, we're gonna record 3 guitar tracks with like live and direct and all. Like each guitar track's gonna have 2 tracks of its own and all kinds of stuff.
yeah. Oh, he froze.
JD's not frozen, but we could pretend that we're all frozen. We could do this.
We'll do this.
Is my internet? No, my internet. See, it's the win. I'm gonna blame the winner.
We were pretending we were frozen with.
We're frozen for when you come back on.
See, it's frozen like outside. I'm telling you, the weather. My internet pipes froze. My internet.
The weather interfered with my lessons today. Like it's like what?
Right. Well, I was watching a thing about that. Everyone thinks Wi-Fi. The signals we send out are like in the air, but initially all the wiring and all the shit for the internet is ran under the ground. You know what I mean? And like in the earth. So like it's technically, I think it maybe can. You know what I mean? The cold earth might slow things down or whatever. But yes, I'm gonna blame it. I'm gonna blame it on yeah.
Sorry, Gil.
No, it's all good. Like I said, I'm not in any rush to play my last song. I was like, what am I gonna play? That's another thing too. Like I shoot from the hip, where I'm like, I don't think much. I've been trying to put more effort into that of like, what am I gonna play? Make sure you have your songs ready.
Like your original song, "Fugitive," but I do like your Bob Marley cover too, or Bob Marley covers, I should say.
I was thinking of doing a Bob song because someone pointed out too that like I did like a Bob almost every episode, and they were like, I feel like I should do a Bob song, and I was like, that's kind of cool, like. But I was like, no, I'm actually gonna do this one here because I've been wanting to do it, and I haven't really, I haven't pulled this one out for the live stream yet. So I guess I'll take over so we can keep the music rolling because I know people at home want to hear live music. They don't want to hear us farting around talking. Although this is my favorite part about it.
It's your show. It's okay.
Well, I'm also like the buttons too, because I'm like a little bit away from the computer, so I'm like, am my eyes on that? So I'm like, am I pressing the right button? so I'm gonna go ahead and there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one for y'all. I know we got some Cure fans in the house, so I think I'm gonna do a Cure song. Because they write good songs, and I've been working on this one for a while, kind of. kind of in the sense that like I added it and then I haven't gone back to it in a while. So all right. Get my water. I don't do this one very often, but I'm gonna do this one tonight. It's a great song. Shout out to Captain Juki down in Las Cruces. They used to do this song, and I'm like, I really like the way they do it because you know I love reggae music, and it was like a little pseudo reggae rock thing. And then yeah, so I started doing it, and I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna do a little reggae style because I like to do that to tunes sometimes. So check this one out. Show me how you do that trick. The one that makes me scream, she says. The one that makes me laugh, she says. Do her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it. And I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, I kissed her face and kissed her head. Dreamed of all the different ways I had to make her mine. And while this you so far away, she said, why won't you ever know that I'm in love with you? That I'm in love with you. Said you, soft and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, dancing on the deepest oceans, twisted in the water. You're just like a dream. You're just like a dream. Then I let me into shade. I must have been asleep for days. I'm moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes, then found myself alone, 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 above a raging sea. They stole the only girl I love and drowned her deep inside of me. You, lost and lonely, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven. Ooh. Yeah. Little cure for y'all. Some Just Like Heaven.
Nice. Tacos.
Goodness.
Justin took a bathroom break.
Nice.
Yes.
That's the beauty of not having to perform all night, is that you get to run and do
don't
bathroom
have to-
breaks.
You don't have to
Usually-
hold it up there.
Right. I usually let my dogs outside and refill my water.
Yes, exactly.
I try to do some bathroom breaks, but I don't know. For some reason, I never really have to.
I'm
I think
wearing
it's the
pants.
anxious and the nervousness that I can't. Nice.
Good thing about mobile technology is I take the show with me. I make some
Right.
tacos.
What kind of tacos are you making?
They're bean and TVP, textured vegetable protein. But I mean, it's Morningstar is the brand of the.
Oh, wow. So is that like is textured meaning like meat? Like it's like I like Morningside. I get their
probably made of people.
oh right, some Soylent Green.
Yeah,
I get their veggie burgers, like their black bean burgers and stuff like that.
yeah. I'm all about. They have Impossible burgers at Smith's. You can grill up; those are good.
You know, we need
Yeah.
to this show, the Vegan Hour with Gilbert Uribe.
And JD Nash, because he seems like he's more vegan and on the veggie than me. I'm still like with my wife, like she loves birria and she loves like all the worst Mexican foods in the world, and so that makes me where I have to eat that stuff too. And I'm just like, oh, I've had like trying not to eat meat, and you're like, I had beef and chicken and goat and all kinds this week.
Chicharron.
And like, growing up, being Mexican, like I love all that, but getting older now, I'm just like, oh, I got to work on the diet. Like
I grew up in the East Mountains, and my family's Hispanic. I got such a hard time for becoming a vegetarian when I moved out of the house. My dad still gives me a hard time about it. He offers me a hot dog every time I go to a baseball game. I'm like, all right, yeah.
I got vegan dogs. That's the tough thing is finding stuff available while you're out, like on the go. Like they need to make more places and they need to make it more accessible and stuff. Like
It's happening.
Yeah, it is. Like I'll get like the Impossible Burger from Burger King and stuff.
And then there's a Beyond one at Carl's Jr. that's really good. The one I can't get over is that Sonic doesn't have one. So I just want a Sonic burger. But also
neither does Blake's or Whataburger.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, get on the local tip.
That's where I go to my vicinity.
Yeah.
Right.
Blake's
I love Whataburger.
One. But I mean, I don't expect it. Like you go to In-N-Out and you just get a cheap grilled cheese sandwich. You can't get a Impossible. They wouldn't do that. But even like La Salita, that's one of my favorite New Mexican joints. They have a bunch of options. They have vegan options. It's not the same. That's the one food that I don't accept as, being the same. Tacos are different. Like,
right.
Tacos so many different ways, but like enchiladas are not enchiladas with fake cheese.
Yeah.
Right. Some stuff you can.
I can't do dairy, so I've been around for the evolution of fake cheese, and it's so much better now than it used to be. But oh my gosh, like that beginning phase of fake cheese was horrible. It was so bad.
I feel bad for Jackie because like we want to order a pizza sometimes, and she has to take off the cheese.
Trail Rider,
yeah. Oh, Pizza 9, I think, doesn't Pizza 9 offer something?
They might now. I think Pizza now. I think they have a mozzarella or something. Like the round chunks or whatever, but Jackie, chow cheese. And then the other one is what I like to do, what me and my fiance like to do is we go to Dion's and we just buy the balls of dough, and I like to make calzones out of their dough. It seems to make a better calzone at home than it does a pizza. And the Whole Foods 365 shredded cheese is the one that melts the best and doesn't have a weird flavor. Okay. And then you can use almost any sauce. But yeah, we'll buy the dough balls. At the beginning of the pandemic, we were like, that was our stock up on bread stuff, we went to Dion's and bought a bunch of dough balls, and we were making pizza and bread and all kinds of stuff.
That's cool.
Good
Yeah,
idea.
I'll
You
remember
can
that.
use them. Yeah.
There's also a new spot that we learned about from. I play with Jimmy Devaney as well, and he there's that new pizza place Holmes by Sister Bar.
Oh yeah.
They have like vegan stuff. He said it was really good. I've never had it, but it's on my list.
There's also, I think it's called Sandia Crust.
Yeah.
It used to be like Da Vinci's or something.
Yeah.
I will tell you the one place I will cheat for pizza, the only place, Giovanni's.
Giovanni.
Never been to Giovanni's. That is the best pizza in the world.
That's from Chicago, right?
No, they're New York style. I think they're from New York. I call it witness protection pizza.
If it's Giovanni's, I got to say that's probably from the Chicago place that's famously. I was in Chicago a couple times, and what they do is a pan pizza, and then it's like a whole patty of sausage that covers the pizza.
Oh, dang.
I don't know.
I don't know if we're talking about the same Giovanni's. Giovanni's has one location, and it is the most legit looking pizza place. It's right by Santa Fe Center Studios. Do you know where that's at?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, wait.
Giovanni's you're talking about? I've never had sausage pizza from there, so I don't know. But
no, he's talking about when we went to Chicago. There's a place in Chicago
okay.
that's like a Chicago place. It's the same name. Yeah.
okay.
There's two famous places in Chicago, and I think Giovanni's is one of them.
Oh, okay.
And that is the deep dish pizza is. It's like a pie.
Right. Yeah.
And they put like a thing of sausage that goes in. It's like super.
Yeah, you can't get a vegan Chicago pizza or a vegetarian one. I know that.
Right. Well, I'm sure they make veggie sausage and stuff now, but I imagine it doesn't cook the same. Like, you know what I mean? All that stuff, you got to realize what I've learned with trying to do the alternatives is you got to realize that's what you're getting is that it's an alternative. So it might not have the taste and the texture and how all that stuff is going to be there. So that's the biggest thing for me right now of getting used to that, of not wanting to be. I'm like, and my wife is watching in the other room right now. She's going to come out and be like, I want pizza. Watch. She's because even now I'm like, I kind of want pizza now.
I'm like starving now because
I know.
I had like one large breakfast burrito from Stripes earlier, like at noon.
Ooh, Stripes. Love me some Stripes.
And so that was like kind of like the rest of it was my lunch. And then Jackie brought a 6-pack over here, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta eat dinner after this. But,
right.
Anyway.
Well, here's a little thing I learned in Liquid Cheese from touring with that is that food has no beer value, but beer has food value. So, you know, I just have another beer, you'll feel a little full. So yeah, you know. But yeah, so you guys got one more song, right? So
yeah.
You're gonna do one more.
12 string now.
Yeah.
Nice. They're gonna play ranchera. They're gonna play Rancho Grande right here. No. Nice. Cool. All right, we're gonna hand it over to Ordinary Things. Y'all give them a round of applause.
I'm gonna have and especially to all of us. Since she wrote it, go ahead and tell the story.
Yeah, so this is off of our first album as well. This was probably one of the first songs I actually ever wrote. But it's about my grandparents. They were married for a long time, 68 years, and they were some of my favorite humans on the planet. And at the time when I wrote the song, my grandmother was still alive. So yeah, it's, it was one of those things where, she lost her partner of 68 years and we weren't sure if she was going to make it, but she pulled through and, but this was for her. And, it's got a special place in my heart.
This is on our first album, Stories. This one's called Swim in the Stars.
I'm going to try really hard to remember the chords.
Me too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
saying to me that I didn't know. It should be the one that I'd love forever. I miss you, honey, but I see you again. Let's swim in the stars, follow the lightning, give you the moon, or have one more night, dear. I'm telling you, you've been gone for a while. It's been 168 days since I last smiled. And I prayed for rain and I prayed for a tear. But they never came, so they've dried up my dreams. Swim in the stars, follow the lightning, give you the moon, have one more night, dear. Ooh, swim in the stars. 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 Our life together was one wild ride. For 68 years, I had you by my side. Everybody and Clyde were like Johnny and June. I still sing to you the sweet dream of I tune. Swim in the stars, follow the lightning, we'll give you the moon, we'll have one more night, dear. Swim in the stars, follow the lightning, I'll give you the moon, I'll say goodnight, dear.
Yeah. And that's available on your last album, right?
It is. That's on the first one.
The first
Yeah.
one.
It's always a little dicey. My job sometimes entails me yelling at people because they can't hear very well all day. So sometimes by the end of the day, my voice is a little sketchy.
It sounded
But-
fine.
Thanks,
That
Justin.
Yeah,
sounded
I-
great. Yeah, that sounded-
It was like we didn't even like, what are the chords really quick before we played? Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this one, but I've always found this song to be maybe one of the strongest on the Stories album, the first album, but it's really, I prefer to play bass on it and listen to it. You can find it on all the streaming services called Swim in the Stars. Really proud of the bass line that they put on there. The beautiful thing about a trio is it opens up to where the bass can kind of move a lot more and add more little melodic runs and stuff. And Yeah, it's a great song. I mean,
Can
I'm blessed to play with the Ordinary Things. Is that she always like is happy to have me, but it's like no, I'm circumstances. I resigned from Luna Yena, which Gil took over for me, and Paul Hunton from Dust City Opera calls me up the same day or the day after. Hey, I heard you're great. Do you want to join on my band? I'm like, not really. I mean, nothing to him, but I was like trying to free up more time for me. But then I thought like, well, it can like, you don't know what doors it can open networking with people. And the very first gig without a rehearsal with the Dust City Opera, Jackie's on drums and I'm on bass. And I was like, hey, yeah, we sound good as a rhythm section. And then 3 months later, she's like, hey, do you want to come jam with the Ordinary Things and just kind of like try out and feel things? And first rehearsal, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna join this band here, And Dust City Opera is still going strong. Scott, my student's the bass player, or used to be my student. He's surpassed me now. But they've got a new video coming out Friday.
Tomorrow.
Called Stars.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dust City Opera, right?
Stars.
Dust City Opera.
Yeah.
So look for that.
They're cool. It's awesome.
Paul is one of the most genius songwriters I've ever been in the same room with, man.
Yeah,
Paul Hunter is
Shout out.
great, man.
Shout out to Paul and Dust City Opera. I'll probably have to hit him up and have him come be a guest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Paul
Like,
would kill it, man.
That's the good thing I love about the show, where like I hear people say someone, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to them. Like I'll just, you know what I mean? Like I've known the name for a long time, and I know Dust City Opera. Like you hear and you see, like I said, a lot of times this is great for me because I get a chance to hear artists now, as opposed to being out gigging myself and not being able to see them. It's more like, well, not only do I get to hear them, but I actually get to like talk to them on a one-on-one. Like I said today, like thank you again, Mr. Jd Nash. First time I've ever had any experience with Mr. Nash, other than, like I said, seeing his name in lights and seeing him playing all the places that I play as well. So it's like, it's cool because it brings us together like that, where I'm like, yeah, like I want to hear this dude and I want to get to know this guy, and like, cool, like we're strangers now. We're not strangers anymore. Like if I see, you know what I mean, now I see him on the street, I'm like, what up? I'll have to be like, wait, is that you behind the mask, or is it, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's the one thing now, right? Is that his forehead? Is
that JD's forehead?
Is that
someone's forehead? Is that his eyes? Is them his eyes right there?
Oh.
It's like I don't even know if that's his nose, because he's got his face on. He's got his mask on, right? So it's over his nose, so I can't see his nose. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah. So, but you know, it's cool. Like I like that it, like in a way, it brings us together. Like music brings people together, and it brings musicians together. So it's nice. So,
and the cool thing about your show, Gil, is like you have so many different genres on this thing, man. It's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to do, is because to me, like music, my musical background is like that. Like I love hip hop, I play Latin music, I love reggae, I like the singer-songwriter stuff, I like country, I like, you know what I mean? And as a bass player, to me, like, where you gotta be versed in different styles as a bass player and stuff. So to me, I appreciate it. And this platform, I want to use it like that, where I was even thinking of reaching out to a couple hip hop artists, and maybe instead of me performing, I'll just host three people and like interview them. And then same thing with some DJs and shit like that, and just kind of use it to kind of get, because I'm like, I know a lot of really great fucking people, and I'm like, dude, it would be cool to just kind of get everybody and not really keep it to any one style. Like right now it's kind of nice because the acoustic guitars, everybody's been doing that, and there's a lot of really great singer-songwriters. So I kind of started with that, but now I'm thinking more further down the line of like branching out of like this.
You got a whole year to book, you got
right.
Who's next week, by the way?
Next week I have Lara Manzanares, and I have we'll give shout out to Lara, and then Erika Sorevanas. She's from Mariachi Margarita. She's a good friend of ours. From Santa Fe. And so I was kind of naming that, like each show kind of has a little theme to it. And that's like my Norteñas show, because they're both up north and stuff. And then the week after that, I have Scarred Jeffries and I have a Shipwreck. And so, it's two married couples. that have groups, and so it's kind of cool because there's so much to like pick from out there. You know what I mean? There's so many artists and stuff to
Yeah.
pick from. You know what I mean? Like JD, if you ever
We-
want to come
we-
back on, like with a drummer and a guitarist or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we can make it happen and whatever. I mean, Ordinary Things too. Like if when Andrew's feeling better and stuff, I'm about to feel like him next week because I'm getting my second shot next week. So
I know. Prepare
Yeah,
yourself.
but
be like-
seriously, Gil, reach out to Paul Hutton, and
Yeah.
I will definitely.
he's really he's just such an interesting composer, man. I don't everything he comes up with. I'm like, sometimes at first I'm like, what's going on here? And then I'm like, oh, wow, I get that.
It's really cool.
It's really neat to work with his. And JD, I think you saw me and him do some Tom Waits at the fucking tractor or whatnot. And
Jacob Chavez was in a band. I think they're still together. The Silver String Band with Paul. That's actually Jacob Chavez and I were roommates. And he's actually the one who pushed me to start doing the singer-songwriter stuff. So it's a small world. Yeah.
That's cool.
And look, Jacob Chavez, Gil, that's another dude you should get on your.
Right. Yeah. No, I will. I'm looking like that's the beautiful thing about Facebook is that I could just click away from people.
Go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, and I can find there's like so many people I've been like I have an actual list right now of like 30 artists that I'm going through, and I'm trying to like pair them as you know what I mean as I put them to the list, and I'm like because I have artists from Cruces too, and I'm trying to get people throughout the area and stuff. I got some gente out of state that I want to bring in as well as guests, and like you know just keep having fun with it and keep the music going and stuff, because to me it's very inspiring. It keeps me pushing to want to keep creating more and stuff, and it gives me that like this platform where I can present it and stuff, and it's nice and stuff. But I'm also inspired by everybody that I see because I hear like so many great people, and they're like, damn, like cool, like I need to go finish. I have so many like songs that are just sitting in limbo that need to
fucking Casey
finish.
Mraz makes me feel lazy because he's like, I wrote like 8 songs this week and shit.
Right. See stuff like that, and I'm like, well, what did I do? I made some flyers and I did a couple other things. I didn't touch my guitar this week, but I'm like trying to, you know, I usually do touch my instrument every day, but like lately with the take on of the sponsors and stuff, I was trying to get some of this advertising stuff going because I want the show to look nice and have a nice little flow with it and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because it is a platform for us as musicians right now. Like all the Venmo and the PayPal links that I share and display, that goes directly to each artist as they perform and stuff. I don't take any cut. I actually pay for this service monthly for me to do these shows. So it's more about just bringing the music and the artists together, and it's a nice learning experience for me too, because I get to meet new like musicians that I've known and heard of, but I've never had a conversation with and stuff. So it's cool. Like it's a great experience. But when I do have the artists here, it's nice. So if you feel like doing virtual tip jar, you know, that's why I put it there, and it goes directly to them. Because right now, without having all the venues that we used to play at, you know, this is one of the resources that we've taken on to raise money and stuff like that. So, you know, when artists release their album and stuff, it's good that you go support and click. Like right now, let's do a little blast. Like you can find JD Nash's music here at these links. And then you can also find the Ordinary. You guys have a website, right? Ordinary Things?
No, I forgot to send you the Bandcamp, but if you just go to Bandcamp and search the Ordinary Things, you'll find us, you know.
We're kind of in between websites at
We
the
don't have a
moment.
website. at the moment.
The old one wasn't great, so we're upgrading, moving into the 21st century with our website.
21 years later.
But then
Yeah.
you're also going to be having your CD release next week, right?
Right.
You'll also be doing a stream show at the Launchpad. Big ups to the Launchpad.
As a supporter, and if I can say this, you know, if anybody like Launchpad is like the community of local, like, you know, indie rock, punk, metal bands, you know, if anybody can like throw to their Patreon $5 a month, man, just to keep them alive through this time.
Yeah.
That would go so far for all not for only them and Joe Anderson, but for all of us that have worked there. And I'm kind of new to that scene because I've always did the gigs, you know, that I always did the gigs that paid and stuff, and I went into this indie rock world to where we share a ticket with there's 4 bands and we're one of them. But man, I didn't know how much talent there was before I started doing that in this town.
Yeah.
There's so many brilliant bands that can't get the Cooperage gig, and I think Cooperage done. They can't get the brewery gigs because they're a little bit louder and whatnot. But there's some brilliant musicians that who's the guys that Rue Badley played with us.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
He moved up to fucking Seattle or something.
Yeah.
But that was like one dude that I tripped out. Like, this guy is amazing.
Like really talented.
Right. No, it's
Really good.
good. It's been home to and then they also do international acts and stuff too. So like,
Oh yeah,
it's
They
a
do
big, it's a great venue. It is. It's not just a venue. It's a community
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know?
We
Like-
we definitely owe a lot to them. They've always from the beginning have
Bar-
been so supportive of us. Barney Lopez,
Barney
and
from the Red Light Cameras,
Right.
Chris from Prison Bitch.
Joe, and
Joe
That's what a
Anderson.
lot of Joe was a musician himself. So like a lot of a lot of the gente that works within and stuff is all musicians themselves. So they understand and all
It's
that. So they that's why I used to love going to my brother's shows in the metal scene
Yeah.
and stuff, because that's actually where I met Arthur. Shout out to Arthur Metters.
Yeah.
Because he played metal and stuff, but he plays everything. He's a monster and a monster bassist. And but that's where I had first seen him, was at a metal show and stuff. And that was like my first, before I ever got any paying gigs and stuff, it was Launchpad shows, was going to and just standing there and like, I'm here with my brother, like, you know what I mean? I help carry stuff out and stuff, and and being like, whoa, dude, like there's a lot of like badass dudes here, you know what I mean?
There are.
Like it's a really tremendous scene, so it's a great thing. I mean, I thank y'all for
if
being
making money as a musician, you're fucking lucky, man.
Right.
Like Nosotros and Porter Draw. There's another band I play with. I mean, we get paid, but we got the brewery circuit, and it's a little bit harder for indie rock bands, metal bands, punk bands, and stuff to make it that way,
Right. But there's also just not a lot of venues that want to showcase that kind of stuff either. That's where Launchpad is. Like Launchpad,
Absolutely.
like people host it. Like Launchpad, Nosotros has played at Launchpad, so they'll host Latin shows, but they host metal and they host stuff that doesn't necessarily get a voice. So that's what we need to keep that stuff alive. So you know what I mean. And with online, that's where we've turned with stuff now, where like you see how they're hosting, and so you guys are doing. So it's pre-recorded, or are you guys are filming that night?
It's a secret.
it's a secret.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, it's not good, but it airs on Friday night, right? So it's Friday the 26th.
Friday the 26th at 8. We did do another show there that was recorded a while back, and that's the other thing is, I'm a patron because I want to see those places open. I want to see them stay open. I want to go to shows there and play shows there, and because that was such a huge. We were going to shows pretty much constantly. We were always either at Launchpad or Moonlight or Sister Bar seeing shows, and
Or playing a show.
And but I will say the Launchpad, they're filming these really high quality, amazing things, and Andrew's a wonderful sound guy. And
Andrew Godfrey, he mastered our vinyl.
He
At
did.
this
Right.
album.
Shout out to Andrew Godfrey. He's a great sound engineer. He's offering his services as online as well. If you see.
Human being too, man.
Yeah.
That guy's one of the best people you can ever just hang with.
He's a good guy. So Andrew's fantastic. Chris Walsh is the videographer, and he's amazing. There's another one that's been around. Shannon, I believe his name is.
Yeah. He's new.
Barney.
He's new.
Yeah,
but
Barney's
they needed
amazing.
2 videographers now. I think Barney might have did the videography with Chris though at the beginning, and then Barney just wanted to be like, "Hey, I want to ask you questions."
Barney does sick lights though.
Yeah, he was
his
doing the lights.
lights.
That's
His
what it was.
lights
Right.
are like,
It's a big production.
Like, they'll bring the lights down. And I'm like, how did you know, Barney, that this was that song? I don't know. It's pretty magical.
It's a musician's intuition and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
but
a musician intuition,
they just do such a wonderful job, and they care, and they're trying they're trying to stay open, but they're also still trying to do what they've always done,
What's
which is showcase people.
What's
and,
the liquor store next door you can support?
Oh yeah,
them?
El Rey is
Yeah.
also attached to that whole set of
All right.
menus.
They have the El Rey liquors. I think I bought a couple of 6-packs from there,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I just try to throw if I got the money. I mean, I support a comic book store because they
Right.
had to suffer.
Yeah.
Right.
And then
When I go out, I try to go local all the time now. Like everything has to be local. Like,
the record place, I'll try to buy something from them. Like once a week, just to kind of keep them afloat.
I wish we had more like grocery stores that were like on the local tip. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's I would love. I mean, because it's easy to get like eat out. Like I mean, there's times I want to like get groceries and shit, and I want to do
And
local.
it's easy to go to Walmart and
But,
shit like
like-
that, but
Right.
I try not to.
But
sometimes-
anytime I eat any drive-through or pickup, it's always local. It's got to be. That's where it's got to be
Nice.
at right now. So I mean, that's what actually. Speaking of that, I have one more. I have one more sponsor to blast for the evening, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play for our closing credits. I'm gonna play Mr. JD Nash's latest song, so we can chat a second about that. But I'm gonna do this here because we're talking about local. Like I said, this platform, I want to use it for that local small businesses and to support local music and small music. I guess I don't know if you would call it small music, but just that, like local on many levels. Like not necessarily New Mexico local, but I know people out of state as well. So keep it on that local as well. And artists, and artists wear many hats. Like we talked about Barney and we talked about Joe Anderson. Those dudes are entrepreneurs. They're business involved in business, and they were also in the music scene. And it's kind of crazy that we were talking about that because then now my last sponsor that I'm going to blast, some of y'all might know him, Mr. Danny Hart with Danny Hart Design Studio. I know Danny Hart originally from the band La Junta from Santa Fe. And he is quite the woods workman. He does jewelry and home crafts and stuff. And so he's a sponsor. And he has his website, and he was gracious enough to give me a little coupon to blast for 15% off of his products. And he does stuff for home as well as fashion, and it's great handmade here in Albuquerque and stuff. But he, right before this pandemic, John Michael Vasquez and him and myself had a little trio, and he was playing, and he even actually the cajon that he was playing, he made himself.
Oh, nice. That's really cool.
And yeah, so he is my third sponsor. And if you go to his website and check out what he's got there, and you use the discount code Xchange, you'll get 15% off. So
Nice.
Big ups and love to all the businesses that have shown support and stuff. I want to use this platform, like I said, to help support those. You know what I mean? Because it's all kind of comes around full circle.
It does.
And stuff, and then we got Ordinary Things drinking some Canteen tonight, so definitely keeping it local. Canteen was a
it's funny because I'm like, my liver's been taking a beating this pandemic, and I was like tonight I was all I don't think I'm gonna have anything to drink, and then Jackie shows up, I got some beer for like, all right, but it's
right.
all,
At least it's local though, right? You're not drinking no like Budweiser or anything like that, right? Canteen. See, and then so we can't wait to get back to the canteen stage. I'm sure all of us can agree to that.
You, man.
So
I missed the daily life of what it used to be. I took it for granted, and all my gigs are gone now. But again, let's just try to keep creating, and we'll hit it hard when it starts.
It'll come back. It'll come back slowly and surely, but I think with stuff like this, and then your virtual show next week at the Launchpad, what is it, 7 p.m.?
I
8
think
p.m.?
it's
I believe
8 p.m.? Okay.
So,
You can check that out on Facebook on the 26th. That kind of stuff keeps us busy. Everybody that's been involved in any kind of streaming stuff. Another reason why I also started this show is because it gives me something to do. I plan and I look forward to it every week and stuff. So it's nice. So the virtual side of things has been good. So make sure you tune in for the Ordinary Things virtual CD release next
Thank-
Saturday, Friday, February 26th at 8 p.m.
And thank you, JD.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think
Thank you
Mr.
for-
JD,
for
you
recommending.
released on Monday. You released a new song, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Called
Okay.
"Someone
And then-
Special."
And then I'll have another single on March 5th. And then I think the fourth one is March 12th
Nice.
Okay, cool.
or longer. I don't know, 22nd. I don't know. That's 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks from now on, every 2 weeks, you get a single.
Like a
Nice.
paycheck, yo.
Yeah.
Right. And you can find everybody online. Everybody here is on Facebook and Instagram and all that. So if you want to go give them a follow and all that stuff, you can find Mr. JD Nash's links here as well and stuff. And I'm gonna close out the evening actually with this new song of yours. We're gonna use it as the end credits and stuff. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. Do you guys want to say your goodbyes and stuff while I get this loaded?
I have one request for Ordinary Things next Friday. I don't know if you guys will take a request, but I need to hear you play Stories.
Which
I
one?
need. Is it
Story.
Stories? Yeah. My love runs down like a river from all the great stories.
Well, thank you for
You
knowing it.
take the glory.
We actually had. If this was a 4-night round of songs,
We would have.
that
played
was
Story.
the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, why didn't
But-
you play for your closer, bro? You guys are my closer. You're supposed to knock it out the park with the closers. You should have. Now everybody, I'm gonna get all these messages saying they wanted you to play Stories. Watch. The public is gonna
I don't know
demand
if we
it.
could promise that, but we'll try.
Right.
We'll try
Next
to-
time, well, tune in.
All right.
Tune in. They're gonna. Hopefully, they do that. Hopefully, they'll
Yeah,
do it
man.
on Friday at the launch pad, and make sure you tune in at the launch pad. And it's on the launch pad Facebook page, right?
Yeah, so we've got our event on our page, but they're hosting it. So yeah, they'll
You
put
can go
out.
to Launchpad, and then Barney shares it with on many pages and on
Yeah.
YouTube too. So
Yeah,
um,
so you can check it out. Plenty of places. We have one. We have one that we did at the very beginning of the pandemic as well. That's out there if you
yeah,
feel so. If you feel adventurous.
actually, we didn't do stories on that one.
We didn't do stories on that one, but
So now
We need to-
you have to do Stories.
I've been watching your every show you guys play.
Now,
Well,
now you have to do
Forget
Stories.
my stories, all right? I'm
Okay.
waiting. Listen. I'm in
Now
the
you-
doghouse again, feeding my incantation. All of my trials and tribulations. I don't know all the. I always get. Well, my love runs down like a river from all the great stories. But you take the glory. You take the glory. I had to do it. Sorry, I gotta finish.
No, that's dope.
You just
That's
made my
awesome when other artists do other
year.
artists like.
You made her day.
You made
because-
my year.
You guys underwrite how much I like your music. Come on, man.
Mr. JD Nash with some Ordinary Things story. That makes a great acoustic song too. Like the way you did that was like
It does.
super awesome.
It
I
does.
kind of like how you sing it.
I know.
Yeah,
You sing it better
There's
than
gonna
I
be there's got to be an Ordinary Things JD Nash collaboration here in the future.
Now that you mention it.
Now that
And your song, Mr. JD Nash, you can find this on Spotify, right?
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Music, Deezer, any streaming service you can get your hands on. You can find my music.
Cool. All right. Well, we're
Really
gonna.
super really quickly.
Okay.
I'm shouting out to Teresa from Seattle. She just texted me.
Oh, cool.
Built? Yeah. So hi
Awesome.
to Teresa from Seattle.
Hi,
Which-
Teresa.
Yeah, how she's in my phone as Teresa from Seattle.
From Seattle. That's how everybody is in my phone, except for Teresa. She's not Teresa from Seattle.
Nice.
Well, thank you for tuning in, Teresa. That's amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome. Let's give Teresa a round of applause. There we go. Right on. Well, so do you guys want to say your goodbyes or anything?
Yeah.
Anything
Hey,
you wanna
guys,
say before
we'll
we
see you on Friday.
Yes,
Yeah.
see you on
Next
Yeah.
Friday, not tomorrow.
Yeah,
Next
no,
Friday.
Next Friday.
That we should get together tomorrow and just do an impromptu live stream and play stories just for JD.
We'll do it just for JD.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
actually, watch in the comments here. Miss Lavana Begay says stories. Your big fan, Lavana. She's a big music supporter. Shout out to, in fact,
Lavana is one of our most amazing supporters.
Shout out to Lavana. No, she does. She tunes in and she always be showing mad
Even
love.
likes one of my lame songs. Like I have a single called "Without" and she loves that. I don't get it.
Your song was killer, Justin. Your song sounded great.
Thank
It's
you.
awesome.
Really well done.
It is.
I prefer Jackie's voice on we do a couple that I sing on and I'm like I think Jackie.
Nobody ever likes their own voice. You grow up hearing it. You hear it all wrong.
All right. No, it takes a minute for you to like your own stuff.
I know we're rambling on, and it's almost like we only did 3 rounds, and it's like almost 3 hours. But we probably should get JD's song.
Yeah, let's listen to JD's song.
All the end credits, but God bless both of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jackie, and thank you, Andrew.
Thank
who's
you,
not
Gil.
with us
Thank
tonight.
you so much, Gil.
No, thank y'all. I really appreciate it. Let's have a round of applause for our guests tonight, Mr. Jd Nash and the Ordinary Things, Justin and Jackie. Shout out to Andrew. He'll join us next time. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And thank you for supporting each week. We couldn't do it without y'all. And make sure you tune in next Friday to the Launchpad at 8 o'clock so you can see the Ordinary Things CD release. Check it out online when it does release and stuff. And you can check this song here that we're going to be closing with. This one is going to be coming to us from Mr. Jd Nash. It's called Someone Special. You can find this on Spotify and all your streaming services. Go check it out and stuff. So we're going to be closing off the night with that. So check it out. If you like it, go stream it.
I'll buy it.
And we thank y'all for tuning in. And we will see you next time on The Exchange.
Keep on searching for the dreams that don't disappoint you. Files in my heart, but I just can't find your love. I keep on searching without you, baby. I keep on searching. I need somebody special. Are you somebody special? I need somebody special right now. Come and fill your empty heart with my love. Come and fill your empty soul with my touch. It's an empty world without someone special. I'll keep on searching. I'll keep on searching. I need somebody special. I need somebody special. Are you somebody special? I need somebody special. Are you somebody special? I need somebody special. Are you somebody special?